Hi, this is Rony Mullick, and you're watching the week ahead show. And let's discuss the range for next week. So, before going into that, let's look at the highlight of the past week. So, first of all, before we start, I wish you a very happy Independence Day to each and every one of you. So, let's hope that the markets are looking positive in the next week as well, and things are looking positive as well. But we had definitely major heartbreaking news. That was Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, the billionaire investor, the big bull of Indian stock market. He passed away yesterday, so that is definitely a negative thing, and let us hope his soul rest in peace. So, with that, let us look at the past week in the markets. So, if you open up the chart of Nifty, this is the weekly chart of Nifty, and you can see that for the last 4 consecutive weeks, Nifty every week has ended in the positive. So this is the first time in this calendar year this has happened. So if you look at the movement, we can see from the low of from the opening to the closing, from Monday to Friday, Nifty moved around 1.73 percentage or 300 points up. And if we come to Bank Nifty, it has also rallied for the last 4 consecutive weeks, and it is above 39,000 levels. So it is up 2.96 percentage, almost 1122 points up. So Bank Nifty looking really strong, and Nifty also doing pretty good in the last week as well. Talking about the other sector, we have the IT sector. It ended mixed. We can see a doji candle. That means neither the bulls nor the bears, neither of them are strong at this level. So it's a doji candle forming in a Nifty IT. So tomorrow we have to wait and see how the IT index moves, and since US markets are positive, it was positive in the last week, and today also it is positive. We can expect the IT to break out from these levels. So Nasdaq is positive. That means that IT index tomorrow should be positive as well. So that was that, and FIIs, foreign institutional investors, have turned net buyers for 2 consecutive weeks. So last week they bought for 8,000 crores in the cash market, and DIIs, domestic institutional investors, who have been supporting the markets for so long, they have sold for nearly 1,500 crores. So that is how the situation is looking in the past week. Now let us come to the this week and what we can expect from this week. So two companies have announced its results over the week. That was LIC and also Hero Motocorp. So both these companies announced their results over the weekend. Both the results were better than expected. So let us hope that these open strong tomorrow. So if you are trading in stocks, definitely look at LIC and Hero Motocorp for tomorrow as well. So that is there. Now, apart from that, if you look at other things, we have to look at the US markets right now, because the US markets are open as of now, because in India it's a public holiday, but the global markets are open, and definitely US markets are open as well. So let us move into the 15-minute chart of US market and see how things are going over there. So you can see that the US markets are looking very positive. It opened with a gap down. S&P 500 was down, but then it recovered from these lower levels, broke the day's high, and it continues to move higher. S&P 500 up by 0.33 percentage, Nasdaq up by 0.5 percentage, and Dow Jones up by 0.5 percentage as well. So Friday markets, on Friday, US markets rallied significantly. Today also we are seeing a huge rally in the US market as well. So overall the sentiments are definitely positive. The US VIX is around 20. It has increased slightly by 2.5 percentage, and if you're looking at SGX Nifty, it is indicating 17,842 levels. So definitely SGX Nifty is indicating close to 140 points gap up, because our markets closed around 17,700. So let us see how the things happen in the next week. So Nifty looking pretty strong, and if you are looking at the charts, and let us look up the open interest to see how things are going. 18th August expiry, that is next Thursday's expiry. Nifty will face resistance at 17,800 levels and 18,000 levels. These are to be watched out. Apart from this, on the downside, 17,500 should act as a strong support for Nifty. So we will be looking out for these levels as resistance and support. 17,800 on Friday had huge amounts of open interest, but if the market is opening above this, there could be a major short covering which can push the markets even higher. So we have to look at that as well. Coming to back Nifty, we see a huge amount of straddles being created. That means 39,000 calls and puts both being written. If we combine the premiums, we are getting a range of almost 500 points on the upside and downside, which means 39,500 is what people are expecting till Thursday for Bank Nifty. On the upside, on the downside, they are expecting 38,500 levels in Bank Nifty. So this is a 1,000-point range what people are expecting in case of Bank Nifty for the next week. So let us see how things turn out for the next week. Obviously, we will be having a positive opening for the markets. And if you look at the next week, what are the important economic indicators and economic data coming out? So we will definitely look at Tuesday. We have the UK unemployment rate coming in at 11:30 a.m. in the morning. Then the Indian wholesale price inflation coming in at 12 p.m. tomorrow during the market hours. Expectation is slightly lower than last time. Last time it came at 15.18. This time we're expecting 14.2. So we're expecting a lower rate of inflation. So you can watch out for WPI inflation. But the Indian markets last week, if you know that after market hours, the Indian inflation came out. It came out 6.7%, slightly lower than expected. Definitely a positive news. The markets are likely to react positively tomorrow when it opens because of that. And also when the WPI inflation comes around 12 p.m. it should be also, if it comes below expectation, definitely that is a positive sign for the Indian markets. So these are the two data to be watched out on Tuesday, that is tomorrow. Coming to Wednesday, what data we have? We have 11:30 a.m. in the morning. The UK inflation data, it is expected at 9.8%. So definitely higher than last time. Last time it came at 9.4. This time they're expecting even higher inflation rate in UK. So we have to watch out for that. And apart from that, the most important data that is related to the US markets, we have to watch out is the FOMC minutes that is going to be announced around 11:30 p.m. at night. So over here we have to look out for the statements that the Fed chair makes on inflation, on interest rate hikes. So all those things are to be watched out for. Coming to Thursday, on Thursday we have actually European inflation data coming in. Yes, 2:30 p.m. European inflation data coming out. Expectation this time is at 8.9%, and last time it came at 8.6%. So we are expecting a higher inflation in Europe as well. And finally, on Friday, we have the Japanese inflation coming out at 5 a.m. in the morning. So these are some of the data that you can track for the next week. And overall, the global markets are looking bullish. The Asian markets are doing pretty well. The European markets are trying to recover, and US markets are also doing pretty well since last week and this week as well. So let us hope we have a positive opening in the market. So a lot of good news to be factored into the markets. We are expecting a good amount of gap up tomorrow in the markets, but we have to see that this week how the markets trade. The trend is likely towards the upside, but again remain cautious because it's a one-way rally happening in the market, and if there is a sell-off, it can be huge. So it is always good to be hedged, and because the markets are going towards really high levels, and it is good to exercise caution around these levels. And so let us hope the US markets end in the positive today, and we expect a good gap up tomorrow. So with that, we will again join for tomorrow morning's pre-market show, where we will discuss the Asian markets, how they are trading, and what we can expect in tomorrow's market, the levels included. So until that time, have a good night, and thank you for watching.